Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I recorded. I've just been super busy, kind of had some stuff come up, but you know, sounds like life to me. So yeah, as you can tell, I got a new truck. Super excited. I got an 07 Duramax, the cat eye with the LBZ, as you can see, and I'm super pumped. But I just purchased this a couple days ago, and I want to make sure that I change everything on it before I drive it too much, just so I know that everything has been done properly to it. But yeah, so today we're going to be changing out the fuel filter, and I'm going to take you along with it, so we'll see how it goes. Here's our items for today. Get my boots out of the way. So I got our fuel filter, pair of vice grips, flathead screwdriver, and some needle nose pliers. And if I need more, I'll put that in the video. But so from what I've seen is you can do it from the top, but it's a pain in the butt because there's a bunch of stuff in the way. So I'm going to take this plastic fender well covering off and get to it from there. So all you do is pop out these little tabs. That's where you use the flathead screwdriver, pop these out, pull them out with the needle nose, and get this thing out of the way. So I'll see you when I'm done with that. Okay, so finally got this cover off. Now I will mention that you do need a 10mm socket, because there's a couple bolts that go into the bumper that hold the paneling on the bumper. I don't know if you can see that right there. There's one right there, and there's one right here, and that just helps hold this up and hold everything together. So like I said, you'll need a 10mm socket with an extension. I just use an extension, so that helped me. But here is the fuel filter, the black filter, and you have your sensor on the bottom. All you're going to do is unplug the sensor and then take off the filter. So I'm going to give this a shot. It's kind of hard to do it with one hand, but as you saw, I just did it with one hand. Push that button right there, pull it out. Now we can unscrew the unscrew the fuel filter off. Careful, because there's going to be fuel in it. Hopefully I can do this with one hand. No, I'm going to set you down. Okay. Just going to dump it in here. All that old fuel. So next is we're going to take the water sensor off. I think that's what it's called. I'm a rookie now, but yeah. So we got to take this out of the old filter and put it into the new filter. So here we go. You can get your channel locks. I know these probably aren't the proper tool to use, but I'm going to use them because I've seen them used with this before. Let's see if I can take this thing off without getting too messy. Man, they put it tight. Alright. I just got fuel all over me. Take that off. So you're going to take off this old ring right here. There's an old ring. You should get a new one with your new filter. So you take off that, discard it. So I just picked up the filter at Napa today. I got the more expensive one just because I just bought this truck. Now, like I said, I'm new into the game, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. Some of you might say, oh, you don't need this one, or you can just get the regular one. So this is what it looks like. You have two seals in here. One, the first little one goes back on your sensor, and then this one goes on the new filter, of course. So I'm gonna get some diesel fuel and lube them up on here. So put that ring on there, set it in. It's real simple. Okay, there's the filter. That's done. So I get some fuel on there, work it in. Now I'm going to put this back on the sensor. It's real simple. Set that back in. And now you're good. You just basically put it back together, put it back on the truck. So this sensor goes back into the new filter. What you want to do is you want to tighten it till it's snug, and then tighten it a quarter turn is what I heard. So we're going to do that. Okay, so here we go. It's about a quarter turn there. Alright, and there's our filter. So don't gotta put fuel inside of it. You'll use the pump to re-bleed it, I guess, at the end. So I'm gonna put this back up into where it was and get this thing going. So see you in a second. All right, guys. So sorry I had to cut out there. I ran into a little issue yesterday while putting my fuel filter on, and here's why. If you can see this. But that does not look good. The wire hanging out. So let me backtrack a little bit. So originally I took my truck in, just because I bought it, I took it into a shop and I had them just change the oil and the fuel filter while they were there. And they could not figure out how to put the new fuel filter on. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. They took them like 50 minutes, right? And so they were messing with it. They had like 5 guys working on the truck trying to figure out how to get it on. And long story short, they couldn't get it back on. So I got out of the truck and I'm like, look, I know you're not supposed to do this, but I was like, look, put the old one on. I'm going to limp it home and I'm going to drive to the parts store and I'll just do it myself, like I should have done originally. But I did not see this when they put it back on. So yesterday, when I was, doing the how-to on how to change your fuel filter, I noticed this, and so had to order a new one. Well, actually, I went back to that company or to that shop, and I told them about it. And the manager, Brandon, he was great. He was like, "Man, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna order your new one." Ship it overnight, and I'll even come over and put it on myself. So that's exactly what he did. He just came over right now. Sorry I didn't put it on film, but yeah, he came over here, brought all of his tools and brought the part, drove to my house from his shop and put it on in my driveway, as you can see. So that was pretty awesome of him. Great customer service when it comes to that. Great person, great manager. That's what I expected to happen, and he did it. So I was pretty upset in the beginning, but now, like, he made it right. So you don't see that very often these days, and I can appreciate that. I didn't go in there screaming and yelling at him. I just told him, like, look, hey, your guys worked on my truck and they damaged it. And he was like, yeah, I heard the story, and so I want to make it right. And that's exactly what he did. So awesome, kudos to you, and I appreciate that. But anyways, here we go, back to the truck. So I finally got it all on, got the new fuel filter sensor on there. Everything's bolted up tight, and all I gotta do is put this paneling back on and she's done. So I know it was supposed to be like a real quick how-to video, but it ended up turning into this huge ordeal which turned out to be pretty good. So I'm happy overall. I hope you guys are happy overall. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please like and subscribe, or shoot me a comment, question, and yeah, I'd be glad to answer. Like I said, I'm new into the Duramax game, into the diesel world, so I'm super excited, and I can't wait to bring you more videos of what I'm going to do to this truck. And so stay tuned for that. And like I said, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Thank you. Something I forgot to show you guys. So once you get everything, you know, the filter back in, the sensor back in, plugged in, I got everything mounted back up, as you can see. One thing you need to do is to get the air out of the fuel line, or you have to refill this fuel line up. And so you have a pump here. This is where the filter is. So once you put everything on, you need to bleed the air out of the system, and by doing that, you can do it two ways. There's a bleeder screw. You can see it right back here. Okay, you can use a flathead, or you can use a socket. Not too sure of the size, but it's right in there. It's this black screw. I can't see it, but it's this black screw right here. So you turn it open, and you pump this until some fuel starts coming out of it. That's one way. Now, I was just taught another way today. Now, I don't know if this is correct or not, but this is what the guy did. He took this cap off, and he pumped it until it got hard, and then he put a bunch of rags around here, and he got a flathead, and he pushed that valve in, that stem in right there, until it released all the air pressure. And he did it a couple times until, you know, we had a good amount of fuel coming out. And that's how he did it. And I turned it on and it started right up. So no issues there. So I didn't know that. I thought you could only do it by bleeding it through that screw right there. So now I know there's two different ways. And now you know there's two different ways. So hopefully that helps you. I just wanted to show you guys that. But yeah, she's done. Finally, she runs like a gym. I'll give you a little startup. Alright guys, so like I said, thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped you. Enjoy and subscribe to the channel.